Tell us a little bit about your role at Equality Florida.
Yeah.
What makes you, what's the exciting things and maybe what's more of the grind?
Yeah. So Equality Florida, we've been around for 30 years. I've been with the organization for a year and a half. And I came in after my predecessor, Todd Richardson, who everybody knows,
Yeah.
he's amazing. He retired. So that role position opened up and I was selected for it. And it's been an incredible experience. Jumped right in. Right after I started, we had 6 months till the first St. Pete Gala.
Well, I was just going to ask you, because Todd, I know Todd.
Yes, we love Todd.
Big shoes to fill.
Huge.
What was the biggest challenge you had coming into that role? Was it because the gala was only 6 months away and you had a limited time to kind of pull everything together for that?
I think it was more about just kind of getting to know the amazing donors and support system that we have across the board. It's a huge list. Here in St. Pete, we have over 4,000 members across the state, but in St. Pete is the largest chapter. So really just jumping in, I have a list of 500 or 600 people that I had to start to get to know. And I knew a lot of them, thankfully, from the work that I've done in the community already. But I think it's an exciting challenge, but I got to really get my feet on the ground quickly. It's kind of how I like to start jobs anyway. So.
Yeah.
But it was really exciting to work with my steering committee, and we developed the theme for last year, which was Moulin Rouge. It was a beautiful event, and also Todd had raised $1 million the year before.
Yeah.
So
it was crazy.
That's a little bit of a challenge.
Yeah.
But, he's incredible and well-deserved. And, so I think the challenge was just kind of getting acclimated to how this all works. And I've always been familiar with Equality Florida for many, many years. Obviously, they were a huge part in our rights here in the state, especially with gay marriage. I have always admired Nadine and Stratton. So it was just really I was awestruck by working so closely with these amazing people. And the team at Equality Florida, there's about 45 of us total. They're incredible. I'm inspired every single week listening to the stories and the work that they're doing on the floor. I just raise money, but they're really doing the work, and it's really incredibly inspiring.
Because Equality Florida participates in a whole bunch of stuff, particularly in the legislative area, to help kind of advocate and make sure that, or try to stop those laws that aren't as nice for us in the community.
Absolutely.
From being passed. And you've been pretty successful. Equality Florida has been pretty successful in helping,
So what does that work look like? Like, what is happening? Because I don't know personally.
Yeah, so we have several different facets to the organization. We're a nonprofit, obviously. We're a 501c3, a 501c4, and we have a political action committee, a PAC. So the work that we do in Tallahassee, which is year-long's work, is through our 501c4. And we have people on the ground in Tallahassee who are networking, meeting with lawmakers throughout the year, kind of understanding what's coming up, the trends, and the good bills and the bad bills. And so every year we take at least 400 people up to Tallahassee, organize, mobilize, get them to tell their stories to the legislators and really advocate for our rights across the state.
Okay, that's amazing.
So this year we actually did 2 weeks that we did this year.
Oh, wow.
And we're super successful. There were 5 really targeted anti-LGBTQ bills, and we were able to neutralize or stop 4 of them. The one that did come through is the anti-DEI in government bill, which we're all working diligently to dismantle and try to prevent as much harm as possible. So
Now, how does that happen, the dismantling component?
really, it is using our voices.
Okay.
Getting the people there, meeting with the lawmakers, even if they don't want to meet with us, which is often, especially on a certain side of the aisle. But we just let them know that we're there. And I can't tell you enough how important it is that we each tell our story. They need to hear it. And it really does impact overall the results. Sitting in committee hearings, meeting with legislators throughout the year, following up with your local legislators, going to city council meetings, school board meetings, all that stuff. We are all there. Equality Florida is there, and we mobilize with our amazing field team. They're always, getting volunteers to come together. We also offer training for people to learn how to tell your story to a lawmaker, which I think is really important as well, because it can be kind of intimidating. at
I'm
first.
sure.
So that's the 501c4.
That's amazing.
Yeah, thank you. It is has been an amazing experience. I had some previous advocacy work in banking.
Okay.
I'm going to DC, which was a whole different ball game, a lot of walking. But banking is a very specific industry. But working for Equality Florida, which is the largest it is the largest LGBTQ civil rights organization and advocacy group in the state, and one of the largest in the country. And people literally model our work across the country to fight for our rights.
That's
Oh,
great.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So we always like to say, like, we did Project 2025 in 2022 and 2023. So we've already been through it. So we know how to fight back.
Yeah.
And even if we don't win every single bill, we always show up. We always show up. And it's not just us. Obviously, it's hundreds of people across the country, or across the state, who join together to do that. The other part of our work is the 501c3. We have Safe and Healthy Schools program, which works on the ground throughout the state of Florida with different school districts, making sure that kids, LGBTQ kids specifically, feel safe and represented in their schools. We work with counselors and principals, administrators, school board members across the state. Then we have our health equity program, which targets mental health. We've trained thousands of professionals in mental health care to, give them the tools that they need to deal with our population, with our people. And we also have Parenting with Pride, which is an amazing resource for parents who have LGBTQ kids, because not everybody knows how to. It may be their first experience with that type of situation, or they may not have all the answers, or they're scared, or those type of things. And our Parenting with Pride program really assists them. And we actually have ambassadors across the state, parents who speak on those items and help overall.
The depth and the breadth of the services is really unbelievable.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing that information. How are you getting the word out? I mean, you offer so many different services. How are you getting the word out into the communities of everything that you're offering?
Well, a lot of it happens throughout the year. Different events that we participate in, the Pride events, where we try to get memberships. We work to get memberships through Pride events. Our field team, they're just everywhere.
Okay.
And we have community organizers.
That's amazing.
We have a calendar internally that we utilize to showcase all of the events that are going on. And you see it here in St. Pete. So we just try to show up and represent. And then also just keep our ears to the ground. And a lot of times we might just get a phone call from a concerned parent or a kid who's being bullied in school. And we figure out how to provide the best resources to help them. And a lot of those stories you don't hear about because they're with kids, obviously minors. We can't,
Right.
showcase them. So there's just a lot of work going on behind the scenes.